Ka showroom kali batmai jangka Tata Motors Keladon hage jylla mentah. One shaka Frank Motors like goringi Shillong.
Meghalaya dunggen na? Meghalaya dunggen na? Tarang chibari jawa ma? Meghalaya dunggen na? Kundat sangmani kamku jigalama? Kundat sangmani kamku jigalama?
Hakajing ne jengo jong Dr Mukul sangma menteri rang bakdu barim ke jylla Meghalaya ya kathan malangkona. Layu i shibun kipat ba kilawan ban sengap bat syak skor ya kajingkren jong uteu nongelam kaliang persat. Ya kabala penlong Hamadan School jong ke Girls High School Malangkona kabadon ha West Khasi Hills District Meghalaya. Bat kabadang hap ru hakahima nonglang serdarship. Hakati kejialang Dr Mukul ulapan syai padba ya shibun ki bedai bat kuru komle jong gani ke sorkar MDA. Kabam minta hakaba ula therting ru ya ukonrat ke sangma menteri rang badu badon burom jong ke jylla Meghalaya. Da kaba ula ongru. Kumno tang hadin baladep banyasoy ya ke MOU ka sorkar ka khot lang yangi. Ong Dr Mukul hakate kejialang.
The irony is that only after an MOU was signed with the counterpart, the political parties were invited. That is the time when we have protested. If you have already signed an MOU, what is there? You have been asked to be very transparent because we have to revisit the genesis as to the genesis of these areas of difference in respect of those areas pertaining to the areas of difference along the Assam-Meghalaya border. What is the background? The background is that after the interstate border was demarcated by Survey of India, post Northeast Reorganization Act 1971, people of the state of Meghalaya have refused to accept. Okay. Now, what is the basis? The basis is that the land in Meghalaya do not belong to the state government. The land belongs to the people. We have Himas, we have Dolois, we have Akangs in respect of Garo Hills. So all these land belong to different CMC in respect of Khasi Hills, different Akang lands in respect of Garo Hills, and different Dolois in respect of Jaintia Hills. Therefore, based on this, if you relook at the Northeastern Reorganization Act 1971, the creation of Meghalaya is completely clear in as far as the pronouncement of the area is concerned. The area falling under, I am making it in a simpler term so that everybody will understand. The areas falling within the jurisdiction of United Khasi Jaintia Hills Autonomous District Council and the areas falling within the Garo Hills Autonomous District Council shall form the part of the state of Meghalaya. Now, all these areas forms part of the areas well within the jurisdiction of United Khasi Jaintia Hills Autonomous District Council. So also the rest in the western part. Therefore, if you want to look at the border, you have all the revenue records available from pre-independence time, from the time of the British era. Therefore, whether you are talking about the areas along Khanapara, Vilankata that exists, which falls under your CMC of Himamelim, they have their own land records, the revenue records, based on which it is crystal clear which forms part of Meghalaya. Similarly, this side, this is falling under the Hima Nonglang Sadarsi. So every village have their headman who receives sanat from the Himas. That is a delegation of power to govern inconsistent with the provision of 6th schedule of the Constitution of India. You will appreciate the fact that we also have, besides the ownership over the land, we also have the responsibility and the power mandated by the provision of the 6th schedule of Constitution for governing, for administration of justice. Therefore, any Nokma, for that matter, who is issued sanat has the delegation of power to embark upon all his responsibility inconsistent with the administration of justice based on our traditional customary laws and practices. And that is part of our culture. That is part of our way of life. Now the ownership over the land forms our cultural heritage. The Hima, whether you're talking about Himas elsewhere, not even along the border of Assam, they have own jurisdiction. So therefore, the government is not the owner of the land, number one. Therefore, the government doesn't have the right to give a consent or assent for alienation of any land from within that particular Hima.